Hey y'all, my name is Taya Reimer, and I want to welcome you to the first episode of my new podcast, Taya Talk. My first guest is someone who I am very close with, one of my best friends. But not only is she an amazing person, but she's an amazing basketball player. If you don't know who she is, then you're probably living under a rock, but I will tell you who she is. She was a high school McDonald's All-American. She had accolades every single year at Louisville, including a two-time Player of the Year in the ACC. Amazing. Drafted 13th overall in the 2021 WNBA draft. A champion with the Chicago Sky. And now she is a new member of the Las Vegas Aces. So I want to welcome Dana Evans. Hey,
Thanks,
girlie.
bestie. Hey, girl. Oh, that was so cute.
Oh, I
Thanks,
know. You
bestie.
know, I got to gas you up. I got to give you your
I know
flowers.
that's right.
Of course. Well, I am so excited to have you. We chat all the time, of course, about everything. And as I've told you, this podcast is all about adversity, the adversity that athletes go through, the things that they deal with on and off the court, and kind of how you deal with it and continue to be an elite athlete and the elite athlete that you are, because, girlie, you are elite, elite.
Thanks, girlie.
So let's get into it because we
Okay,
have a few things to chat about. So
let's get to it.
I want to start with social media. So, as we both know, women's basketball and the W has gotten a lot of attention in the past few
Mhm.
years, a lot of growth, a lot of notoriety, which is amazing. Obviously,
Right.
that's what everybody wants. It's well deserved. Women work really, really hard, put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and deserve to be noticed, deserve to get all of the things that everyone is getting right now.
Mm-hmm.
But with that,
Comes a
obviously,
lot.
yes, with
Mm-hmm.
positive attention, there's always negative attention. There's always negative.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with social media, I feel like the trolls are crazy. Just, everybody always has something to say.
Right.
So I want to talk to you from your perspective. How do you feel like in these past few years, with all of the growth of the WNBA and women's basketball in general, how have you noticed that as far as, you know,
The
with
troll.
social media, with media? Talk about both the positive that you've
Mm-hmm.
noticed, the positive attention that you feel like you have gained, that everyone has gained, and also talk a little bit about kind of the negative that comes with
The
that too.
negative. Right. I mean, like you said, the W is growing so much. Like, it's so many more eyes, which is a great thing. Like, that's what we wanted. But
Yeah.
what comes with that comes people that's miserable, that hate their lives, and they try to bring you down. So, first I want to talk about the positive, but I think the positive in this is just showing how versatile women are, like us being able to
Yes.
show our fashion, us being able to show that we can go model, we can go, like, we can do so many other things than just play
Hmm.
basketball. Like, this is what got us here, basketball, and obviously this is our love, like this is what we love to do, and
Hmm.
we're blessed to be here, but it's like that's not all we can do. So just being able to
Absolutely.
show people like everything we can do, and obviously the social media is the reason, like I feel like more people is starting to watch us now. TikTok, you got people doing a lot of
Mhm.
like TikToks and just showing like their lifestyles, and
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I think it's like a easier version of YouTube. If you ask me,
Yeah.
like, how back in the day everybody would want to vlog, like,
Yes,
I think
exactly. I feel
that's
like
more
girls
like
are becoming
TikTok.
influencers. A lot of,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, and just being able to like show that side of you. Like, I think if we didn't
Yes.
have social media, like nobody would really know who we are. Like, we would just be, oh, she's
Yeah.
just a hooper and she's cute. But you don't
Yes,
know that, like, I go and do this, I go and do that. Like, I'm fun.
exactly.
Like, it's so many more like characteristics that we can show. So that's what
Exactly.
I love about it, like the positive part. And then I think just like being able to just put yourself out there, getting brand deals. You see, like
Yes.
Angel, Rakia, I feel like Cameron, when they came in, they really like they stepped it up. Like
Hmm.
they got us like really going. I think like that was
Yeah.
just like a jump
Yeah.
start. Like that's really what we needed. We just needed that extra push.
Yep.
So
I agree.
that's what I take about for like the positive side, which I think is super dope. Like
Hmm.
I love it. But then again, you got the negative side.
Of
You got the
course.
haters. You got the people mad. You got people
Hmm.
like hiding behind a keyboard, just feeling like they can say whatever they want to you, and it's
Hmm.
hurtful and it's challenging and it's hard. And last year was the first year I would say that it was really really bad. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I think people just people always say like you're getting all this money, like you're doing all this, like you shouldn't even care what people think. Like
Easier said than
like
done.
yeah, like, and I get it. Like, I do get it. Like, we are really blessed to be able to play a game and get paid, a lot of money, which
Yeah, it
is a
doesn't
good
make it
thing.
okay though.
Right, because we're human beings and we
Yeah.
have feelings. So I think like for me, mentally it was definitely a challenge. Just like going online, going on Twitter, like and seeing like people just like try to down talk you and say like first off, I've never been called sorry in my life. So
And girl, you are far from it, okay? Okay.
I was like, huh, like I was like,
Interesting.
well, that's new. I've never heard that one before. But I write. And then like I think it's more so like people think that it just affect you, but it affect your family members, it affect your friends. Like I know you
Absolutely.
got mad. I remember you was like, girl,
Okay.
I'm
I
about
was
to
like, I had to go
spaz.
in on something.
No, literally, and you like, yo, like chill, and then
Yeah.
you go in there like for me, Twitter was always like fun and funny for me. Like I would love to
Well,
tweet and like
yeah,
just say random stuff and talk about random topics. But
exactly.
honestly, girl, last year, like I told you, like
Hmm.
I would barely want to get on Twitter. Like I would be nervous to open the app because I'm like, I
Yeah.
just know people are like going at me. Like, and
Yes.
don't, God forbid you throw a bad pass, one bad pass, and or you do like you're gonna see that for the
You're
rest
gonna
of
see it.
your life. Like
Oh
they
my
will not let
gosh.
me live stuff down. And I'm like, huh, have y'all ever heard of Shaqtin' the Fool and like
Okay.
stuff like that? Like athletes, like we're humans. Like we
Yes.
have like stuff that you
Yes.
like, girl, now what was that? I don't know what that was, and but it was a lot, girl. It was a whole lot. And
Yeah.
I'm very grateful and blessed that I have good people in my corner though. Like I had
Yeah.
you, I got Des, I got my parents, my family that was always like uplifting and like would
Absolutely.
help me, but it was hard. I'm gonna be real honest about that. Like it was tough.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just like what you said, it's really sad because obviously now, like you talked about, there are a lot of girls who are using social media as kind of as a business, but also
Hmm.
just social media is also like a fun thing. Like what you said,
Yeah.
Twitter is a fun thing. So it's kind of crazy to be like, I just want to scroll and look, and then you're like, then
Well,
Evans,
here I
like,
am.
wait, wait, why are you talking
Exactly.
about me? I'm just trying to like have fun and
Yeah, and
so
then
that's crazy.
and I think too, girl, I think people like they try to like they make assumptions like they assume and like because I'm like I do use social media but I'm not like like I'm still private with a lot of
Yes.
stuff like
Yeah.
I don't like even this past year for sure made me like be way more private and just
Yeah.
chill with everything but like it used to be like an outlet like oh I'm about to go do this I'm about to
Exactly.
do it. But now like you get scared to open an app or you like
Yeah.
hesitant and you thinking about it and it's just like dang like I wanted to just be fun again like
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to be able to go on there and not worry about seeing myself or seeing something negative or
Yes.
whatever but it is what it is and I think now I'm in a much better headspace mentally where it would
Yeah.
it would still like get to me, but not to that extent where I feel like, oh, I need to delete Twitter, I need to do this because I would take breaks last year and just be like, I don't even want to open the app. But now I feel like I'm in a
Yeah.
much better headspace.
Yeah, that's good. I know. I totally agree with you, and I think another thing with social media that's such a like the duality of it is like you talked about earlier, it's really nice to be able to let people know you,
Yes.
and so that you're not just the person that they see on the court. It just gives you more, just makes you more of a person, but also with
Yes.
that, then people think that they're entitled to know you and think that they do know you, and that they can talk crap about you. And so it's
Yeah.
just like
A balance.
a balance for sure. So with that, and you talked a little bit about how you feel like you're in a better mental headspace,
Hmm.
just with dealing with that. What are some things that kind of got you through that, and helped you to, not feel so crazy about it, not feel
Right.
so negative and so down about it?
Girl, honestly, I think just getting back, diving back into my Bible and really just
Mhm.
growing my relationship with God because He's the only one that can judge me. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
that was the main step. And I'm like, I got to get back closer to God because I've never, like, He's never left me, but I've never left Him. But I started questioning things. I
Yeah.
started like, yo, like, why is this happening to me? Like, I feel like, I'm always helping and doing stuff for people. And it
Hmm.
was just hard for me. And I feel like once I got my relationship back better with God,
Yeah,
other people's opinions and stuff don't matter to me as much
absolutely.
anymore. I think that's where it starts, my faith. I think like that's where I always go back to, like, only God can judge me. I know that sounds
Yep,
like, but that's the truth and it is what it
it
is. And
is.
I think just, being surrounded by people that I love and just staying connected with those people, like, I
Mhm.
think for me, when I would get down, I would go into a shell. Like I would
Yeah,
isolate myself. I wouldn't talk to my loved ones. I would just be by myself because I didn't want to bring that on people. Like,
yeah,
my parents are like,
understandable.
you know, they just go so hard for me. So I feel like
Yeah,
I didn't want to like get them in a bad space and I didn't want them to worry about me. Like
right.
I just wanted them to know like I'm gonna be okay. Like it's just tough right
Hmm.
now, but I'm gonna be okay. But just going back to my faith, being around people that care about me and about the person that I am and not the basketball player.
Yeah.
I think that was the most important part, but definitely God. Like
Hmm.
he's so good and he's never left me. So I feel like me questioning him, like, it low key threw me off because I'm
Yeah.
just like, that's not what you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've never questioned him and don't start now. So that's what
Absolutely.
I went back to.
Yeah. Well, I love that, and I'm so proud of you, and I hope that you always know that there are a lot of people that want to be in your position, that look up to you, think the world of you, including me. I think the world of you. So, you know what we have to say about those people. Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Like,
So,
bye.
bye. Exactly. Yeah, goodbye.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So now let's talk about a little bit about injury, how injury can play, just play a part in adding adversity.
Yeah.
I know that you haven't had a major injury, but also, maybe have had some nagging injuries here and there. So let's talk about that, because injury at any, whether it's a sprained ankle or, to the highest degree of an injury, those things can throw your rhythm off when you're in season. And honestly,
Yeah.
sometimes when you have that little sprained ankle or twist, whatever, that can be worse, because it's hard to just catch your
Get.
rhythm, find your rhythm,
Mhm.
get into it during the season. So let's talk a little bit about that, and any experiences that you've had with injury on any level, and kind of how you have to deal with that mentally,
Mhm.
just as you're trying to find your rhythm, and throughout a season, and just what goes into that.
Okay, well, I think for like you said, I haven't had like any major injury or anything like that, but I have had nagging ones. And I like you say, I think those are the worst because it's a balance, like you want to make sure you get healthy, but you don't want to get out of shape. You don't want to
Exactly.
get out of rhythm. You don't want to be away from the team where you're, missing things and, because that builds chemistry. But I think so for me, this past season overseas, I had like a nagging like knee stuff.
Hmm.
And the hardest part is when it's not a major injury. Some teams, some organizations feel like, maybe she's faking it just to get her money but I love basketball. So that was never like an option for
Yeah,
me to just, sit on an injury and be like, I'm gonna just collect my check. Like I do this because I actually love the game.
exactly.
But it's about knowing that your body is your moneymaker and you gotta be healthy and you have to be smart because if you go out there and you not 100% and you out there looking crazy, that's on you. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, ain't nobody
Exactly.
about to be like, oh, but her knee is hurting her. Like, nobody
No, they
cares.
don't
Like,
even know. Half
they
the
don't
time, they
even
don't even
know.
know. Exactly.
So it's like my dad always tell me, when you step in between those lines, it's fair game.
Hmm.
So if you're not
Absolutely.
ready, don't put yourself out there. And that was the hardest thing for me, girl, because I be itching to play. Like that's why
Exactly.
I go overseas every year because I just love playing. I just love, hooping.
Hmm.
But I think it's caught up to me as well doing that. Every year, I feel like soon as the WNBA season, I'm going back over to Turkey and I'm playing 6 months and I'm playing 40 minutes a game. And it's like that's taking a toll on my body. Like I'm 26 now. Like
Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah.
not getting no younger. So it's like just
Hmm.
being smart, just listening to your body. And like I think getting different opinions when things do happen, like when you do get an injury, I think it's super important to get different opinions, see what this doctor say, what this doctor say, and kind of compare it and come
Absolutely.
up with the best solution. But I'm so blessed and grateful, girl, to be here because I feel like they have been taking such good care of me. Like I
Hmm.
feel like
In Vegas, yeah.
yes, Vegas, like
Yeah.
they've really
Hmm.
been taking their time. Like I missed the
Yep.
first two preseason games, but it's because we had a plan, right? Like
Exactly.
we knew we wanted to do 3 days of this, one day it is, 2 days of this. So it was like having really good medical staff is so important. Like
It's a game
it's
changer.
it's everything. Having the resources. And I was actually blessed overseas too because I did have good research. Sorry, good resources. That one
Mhm.
got me. Good, like where I was, because usually like overseas, girl, you know how it is. Like
Yeah. It
the
could be
sometimes the
anything.
resources are super limited, but
Hmm.
I was blessed enough to have good resources and stuff like that. But it's just different cultures as well overseas. You know,
Exactly.
it's hard and I get it too. Like it's a business, right? Like y'all are
Yeah.
paying me a lot of money to play and I'm not able to play, but you know why I'm not able to play. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's also a balance with
Yeah.
that too, with them like understanding and
Yes.
you know,
Which is always tough. And we've
it
talked about
is.
it because I know you've had situations and I've had situations too where,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's like a constant pressure to feel your best and to be 100%, and you're like I can only feel how I feel. I can
Right.
only do what my body is allowing me to do. And so, especially, just to call a spade, especially when you go overseas,
Yeah.
um, there is, I mean, because like you said, it is a business. And as Americans, when we go overseas, we are kind of the majority of the production on the team. And so they do put a lot of pressure on you
They do.
to go and perform. And sometimes it's like,
I
even if
can't.
you're not exactly, even if you're not feeling it, they're like, too bad.
Right. Like figure it out. Like
Exactly.
but I
Yeah.
think and you know what else too? I think us as athletes, like we are trained to push through, right? To
Hmm.
always push through to like,
Yes.
oh, you'll be okay. It's just a little painful,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. But
Don't be
it's
a
a
wuss.
yeah, and it's like It's a fine line. Like
Absolutely.
certain things you can do that with, like an ankle. Okay,
Yeah.
like all right, I could let me tape that
Yeah.
up, let me toughen that out. But
Mhm.
a knee,
Mhm.
stuff like that is like you don't want to play with that. You want to be super
No,
smart and you want to take your time and you want to feel your best because if you're not feeling good up here, your body's not
you're
gonna allow
not.
you to do you. Like so
Mhm.
that was my biggest thing. I used to just keep telling myself like if you're not good up here mentally ready to go out there, don't
Yeah.
do it. Don't do
Yep.
it. Just be
Exactly.
smart. It's hard for athletes because, like I said, we so trained to just push through everything.
Yeah.
And it's like
Exactly.
sometimes that's not the smartest thing to do.
No, a lot of time. I mean, like you
Most of the
said,
time.
most of the time, um, which you're so right. That's such a just the culture around sports is, which I feel like is kind of changing and getting better.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's like
you got it.
be tough. You're supposed to do this, and or if you speak up for yourself and speak up for your body, then you're like,
Uh,
it's always a
yeah, like
negative
she don't got
connotation.
hard or she can't
Yeah,
like it's not that. It's just sometimes.
exactly.
Yeah,
And yeah, and like you said, I mean, end of the day, this is the body is the moneymaker.
it is.
And you got to take care of yourself and even another point that you made that I love is the mental aspect about that. I mean, you have to
Everything.
feel good mentally because if you are thinking about something and you're so in your head about your knee or your ankle, first of all, you're probably gonna not be able to go 100%. You're not gonna go 100% because you're thinking about it. You're kind of like,
Hesitant.
tense and hesitant. Exactly. And that also puts you at further risk to maybe you've got a sprained ankle, but you're thinking about it and you're in your head and you're tense and then you twist your knee. Like it's
Exactly.
just, you put yourself at way higher risk to injure anything else.
Anything. Yep.
Exactly. When you're mentally thinking about it and when you're not 100%, which I wish that more people would take that into account.
I
Um,
know. Yeah,
but yeah, it is a tough thing, but I'm
it
glad
is.
that you are feeling good in
Yeah.
Vegas. They're taking care of you, and good to go. So I do want to talk about Vegas because this is your first
Ooh.
year with the Las Vegas Aces. Ooh.
Yes, girl.
And I love that. I'm so happy for you. This is a
Thank
new
you.
chapter for you. Um, so let's get into that. Let's talk about that because this is fresh start, fresh chapter for you. Um, Talk about kind of that dynamic because you obviously are a veteran in the league,
Hmm.
and have had a lot of success, really respected. And you know who you are as a player. Uh,
Right.
so you're going into this team as a veteran, but also you are new. You're learning a new system, a new team, new players,
Hmm.
even down to new coaches, new training staff, new environment. Everything is new. So there's also, that's also a balance, I'm
The
sure.
challenge. Yeah.
Exactly. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, girl, first off, God is so good because I love it here.
Yay!
It is amazing. I mean, um coming somewhere where like you have literally every resource possible. Like
Hmm.
practice facility. You can go in there whenever you want. You can go get shots up. You got access to the trainers all the time. Like
Hmm.
everything is right here. So you have everything to be successful, which I'm so excited for because that's why I feel like I was so successful in college as well because I
Yep.
was able to get in that gym 24/7. I was able to do extra work. Cuz I'm a gym rat. Like I love being in the
Hmm.
gym. I love being able to get extra shots up. That's just a feel good thing for me. It's repetition.
Yeah.
You know how
Yep.
that is as an athlete.
Exactly.
Um, but it's also challenging as well because like you said, like I'm learning a whole new system, whole new coaching staff. It's a new environment. I'm all the way in Las Vegas.
Hmm.
Everything is different, but I think it was time. I
Yeah.
think it was time. I did my first 4 years with Chicago. I was drafted, like you said, I was drafted to Dallas, but I was in Chicago for 4 years.
Hmm.
And I'm blessed for that opportunity well as well. Like Chicago
Yeah,
was great. I was able to
absolutely.
be close to home. Our family was always able to come see me. So I
Yeah.
think like that was the perfect start to my career. I
Yes.
think was it time for something different? Yes, it was. And
Hmm.
I'm so grateful and blessed that it was with an organization like this. I mean, talk about the players we got. Like, we got one of the GOATs. We got, actually, I would say, even like Chelsea, I would say she's like probably one of
Yeah,
the best point guards to play this game. And then you got
absolutely.
Asia Wilson, which she just dropped her own shoe.
I
Like,
was gonna
you
say,
know what I'm
you
saying?
don't even
Like,
have to say anything about her. She
like,
is who she is. She is
like
who she says she is.
she is. Like she's really that girl. But you know what I love even more about these women? They're so humble. They're
Yes.
so but they know who they
Hmm.
are, right? Like they're
Hmm.
confident, but
Yeah.
they're humble. They want to
Yeah.
win. Like it's just a culture thing here. I think
Hmm.
like even when we had like our first dinner before the first game of the season,
Hmm.
um it's just like we building that chemistry, like we bonding, like we all want to win a championship. Like we're here to win, we're here to
Yeah.
be great as well, but we're the ultimate goal here is to win championships, and anything less than that is really like a failure. Like
Hmm.
that's the standard here. Like the standard is excellence, which that's what I want. Like I want a challenge. And let's talk about Becky because she is dope. Like
Yeah.
she is so dope. Like
I mean,
from the
her too. She's a goat in her own right.
okay, like learning
Hmm.
from somebody like that is every like I'm just being a sponge. Like I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
asking questions. I'm trying to see how I can do this better, what I can do. But just when she put that clipboard in her hand, girl, and she started drawing them plays up. It's
Yeah.
special. Like it's like something's gonna open up. Like it's always at least
Hmm.
three options with every play.
Hmm.
And I love like the dialogue we have, like how we communicate, like how she do things here. It's dope. And then being able to play with Jackie Young again. You know, we play
Hmm.
AAU
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
with Gym
Oh,
Rats.
I forgot. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Right? We so cuz I want to say it was her last year when she joined Gym Rats.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And we ended up getting to the championship game at Nike Nationals, but we ended up
Hmm.
losing to Cal Stars.
Hmm. Okay.
But we had a super good team, and just being back reunited with her has been great. Like she's been super helpful with everything, and
That's good.
she is a gym rat. Like
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about somebody that's a machine, girl.
Yeah.
Like she lift before, she lift after, she conditioned before, she conditioned after. So like being around people like that only makes you want to go harder.
Absolutely.
Like you almost look like the eyeball out if you're not. You know, like
Right.
so
Yeah.
like everybody is pushing each other to do more and like trying to
Hmm.
get the best out of each other here and just girl, it's dope. Like
I
I
love
love it.
that.
I'm excited for just the season to continue to grow because I feel like we just getting started. We just had a
Hmm.
really really good win on the road at
Hmm.
Connecticut, and
Yep.
I think we're going to build from that. Like the first game of the
Absolutely.
season was a tough one against New York. We didn't win, but first game trying to figure each
Hmm.
other out, still building the chemistry,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
I'm
Because
excited
you
for
guys
this
do have
group.
a lot of new pieces. You're not the
We
only new piece.
do.
So,
Right. Like actually like I want to say the bench like me, Tiff,
yeah, majority
KB's been
is.
here, Nas new like
Hmm.
yeah, it's a
Jules
yeah,
new.
and Jewel
Yeah.
too. I mean she hooped last game. I
Yeah,
mean,
she did. She
I don't
did.
think she need to take that face mask off, but
No, I was like,
girl,
oh, she about to go in.
we told her that last night. We like, girl, you ain't gonna be able to take that face mask off
Yeah, no
now.
matter what, gotta keep it.
Yeah, but it's dope. It's dope. We have a really talented group.
Hmm.
Even from the coaching staff. Like we got John
Yeah.
Lucas here, we got
Yeah.
Ty, we got
Yep.
Larry, we got people that really know this game and really want to get us, to be great. Like that's what we all want to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so you mentioned a few goals, but
Mhm.
tell me some goals that you have for the season, for you personally and for the team.
Okay, I'll say I'll go team first. I feel like winning that national. I mean,
That championship, I know. I almost.
I always do that, and I'm like,
I do too. That's where I always
not
do
that.
that. That
Let's,
natty.
yeah, like, all right. Let me start over.
I'm cracking up.
I'm weak. All right, here we go. So I would say I'm gonna start with team goals. So winning the championship, obviously that's
Mhm.
the priority. Like I said, we don't do that. It was a failure as a year. Um I feel like as many weapons as we have, we should lead the league in assists as a team. Like, I
Mhm.
feel like we should have the most assists. I want to say last year it was Minnesota, which
Mhm.
that makes a ton of sense. Their system
Yeah.
is so good, especially for the pieces that they have.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think we could do that.
Mhm.
And I think we could score the most points in the league as well with as many
Mhm.
weapons and pieces as we have. I think we can do
Absolutely.
that. And then personal goals, I would say I feel like I can be sixth player of the year with this team.
Mhm.
Being a backup for Chelsea, but also being able to play off the ball too. That's what I love about this too. I don't feel like I'm in a box to just be the
Yeah.
point guard and just set people up. Like, of course, I want to show that I can do that, but I also want to be
Yeah.
Dana too and get buckets too.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
you're a
known for,
versatile
really.
player. Yep. Exactly.
Doing that. I think defensively I could be a lot better. I think picking up the ball, guarding 30 feet. I think I can make a defensive team as well.
Mhm.
I want to have my um best like field goal percentage. I want to do 50, 40, 90, which is really
Mhm.
challenging to do, but I think I could do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um Sixth play of the year, defensive team, first or second. Um Field goal percentage is up. I feel like I can average between 10 to 14, 10
Mhm.
to 14 points. I think I can average about 5 assists. This team shoots the ball
Mhm.
really, really well. And if I
Yeah.
just dump it in there, the A,
I was gonna
that's a
say you
bucket.
gonna get a
That's an assist automatically. So yeah, 10 to 14 points, 5 assists. I want to shoot above 90%, 50, 40, 90.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's solid. And I feel like
Absolutely.
with winning comes, your success as well. So
Yeah. Everybody
just keep the
eats.
main priority the
Yep.
main priority and just do what I
Exactly.
know that I can do. And I feel like everything will fall in place.
Absolutely. And you're in the right environment. And that's what I'm happy about for you is like you just talked about, you are in a place where you have people around you who want to win. They have personal goals, they have team goals, want to win at the highest level as a team, want to be the best players that they can be personally, always in the gym. Just a bunch of great character people and great players. So that is only going to push you to the highest the highest limits for yourself, no limits
Okay.
for you. So
Literally.
I am excited for you with that. So, okay, so we're gonna wrap this thing up,
Okay.
but I just want to ask you, last thing, is there anything that you would say, any advice that you would give to a young athlete, or just any athlete in general? It doesn't have to be a
Mhm.
young athlete. Everybody deals with things. Everybody goes through things at any age, any level. Just any athlete going through adversity, going through a tough time, whether it's like we talked about something with social media, whether it's something with injury, whether they're on a new team, something personal off the court that's going on, just any adversity. How would you just advise somebody and something that you would say that they should try to do to get through
Mhm.
that?
I would say number one is remember your why. I think that's something that I will always go to, and my why was my faith and my family. And lean on that. Lean on your why and stay true to you. I know sometimes it's challenging. You see people doing this, you see people doing that, you see people getting this, but don't that I think that's the biggest problem in this day and age is we compare so much. We compare our lives to their life
Hmm.
and we compare our journey to their journey. Everyone's journey is different. And I learned
Hmm.
that in college. Like everybody's process, it looks different. It looks
Yep.
completely different. So you stay true to you, remember
Mm-hmm.
your why, and just be the hardest worker you could be. Because when you know you put that time in, you put that work in, it's gonna show. The results are gonna show, and you can always fall back on that. Like, I gave it everything I could. I've been doing
Yep.
everything I could. Like, I told myself like this season, I don't want to look back and be like, I could have did that better, or I could have done this better. No, I want to do everything that I could possibly do as hard and as good as I can, and then I'll live with those results any day. I'll live with that because I know I put that time in, I stayed true to me, and I remember my why. I think those are the three things that you fall back on.
Period. I love that. There you go.
There it is.
And there it is. Well, I love you so much.
I
Thank
love you
you
too, bestie.
for being here with me,
Of
chatting with
course.
me, giving me all the tea. This was great. Great first episode, and I'm glad I could do it with you.
I'm so glad that I was your first guest.
I know.
Like,
You
that's
know it
so
had to be
dope.
you. It was never going to be anybody else.
Never. I love that.
I know. Well, okay. Love you, Dana Evans, everybody. Thank you so much
Thanks,
again.
bestie.
And thanks for tuning in to Taya Talk. And I will see you guys next time.
Yay, love you.
Love you.